The brief encounter between our great patriarch, Jacob, and the great leader of the ancient world of the time, Pharaoh, is most remarkable, unexpected, and telling as to what Judaism is all about. It is so unexpected. It's a brief conversation that I never would have anticipated. What is it that at this encounter, the father of Joseph, the great viceroy of Egypt, the person who rose from the prison dungeons to the greatness in Egypt, brings his father and siblings down to Egypt, and Joseph is brought before the king. And is the most unusual question. What is the question that in this first encounter that Pharaoh has? Vayomer Paro el Yaakov, Kama yemei shnei chayecha? How old are you? Really? That's the first thing that you ask somebody how old they are? And even more bewildering than Pharaoh's question is the unusual, totally unexpected answer. Vayomer Yaakov el Paro, yemei shnei megurash shloshim u'ma'at, I'm 130 years old. Ma'at v'ra'im hayu, my years have been few and been bad, been terrible. And my years have not reached the years of my father. My father lived much more than me. Really? The impression to make on the great leader of the ancient world is to say how bad your life has been, how few your days have been, and you're not as old as your father was. What is going on? And why does Pharaoh even asking about his age? The sages say that for each of the words in these two verses of this brief encounter, 33 words, 33 years of the life of Jacob were taken away. He didn't live to be 180 like his father Isaac. He passes away next week's parasha at the age of 147, the youngest of the patriarchs. He was punished, so to speak, on his level. Everything is according to the level of the person, for portraying an image of Judaism, of not being grateful, of seeing the cup half empty, of seeing life as few and difficult as opposed to invigorated, hopeful, and grateful for all of these years. And it seems that he was also punished for the question of Pharaoh. It seems that the reason that Pharaoh has this unusual question is when he saw Jacob, is he was so old. He looked far beyond his years. Indeed, says the Rashbam and the Ramban, it was unusual to see a man of 130, and because he looked so old, he was asked the question. But he seemed to be so much older, carrying the world on his shoulders. And the Midrash says, has your life really been bad? Yes, there have been challenges. But ultimately, I saved you, says God, from Esau who wanted to kill you. I saved you from him. And yes, you had a hard time with Lavan, but I assisted you in being saved. And yes, you had a difficult time with Dinah being abducted, but yes, she was returned to you. And yes, you had a terrible time with Joseph, but you've just been reunited with Joseph. And so much good and light has been part of the difficult time. And here you have an opportunity to exude the light of Judaism, the light of God, the Or Hashem in the world, and you portray it in such a way which is complaining, down and depressing. This was a tremendous missed opportunity. And Jacob on his level was brought to din for that. And maybe all, as Jews, as individuals, and all of us as a klal, yes, there are challenges that the Jewish people face, and yes, we all face as individuals, but ultimately through the light of Hashem, the light of hope, the light of belief in Hashem, the bitachon that everything happens for the best, and through our belief in Hashem, and the justness and beauty of the cause of life and of the Jewish people, always be able to exude such light, see the cup half full, and be full of gratitude every single day. Shabbat Shalom.